Tomorrow night, Manchester United look to bounce back from their opening day defeat in the Europa League against Feyenoord. They're taking on the Ukrainian side Zorya Luhansk at Old Trafford. And the form and fitness of Wayne Rooney was once again the hot topic in Jose Mourinho's pre-match press conference. Des Kelly has been there today.
It's rare in modern European football to come up against a side that so very little is known about. But that's the task facing Manchester United as they tackle Zorya Luhansk in the Europa League. It's the Ukrainians' first match against English opposition, and Mourinho's army of scouts and analysts have been working overtime to get ready for this one.
I watched their match against Fenerbahce, I watched their match against Dynamo Kiev. I know what I saw, what I watched, what I analyzed, plus what my assistants and my analysts they did. Our players, they know the way they play, the important players, their style, their philosophy, their dynamics, and yes, I think we are prepared. When Rooney is selected, I didn't decide yet if I start with him. He had a back problem. I was completely convinced of playing him tomorrow from the beginning. With this situation in the last couple of days, I'm not sure if I do that, because with the situation that you create to him, I think he really can't afford to have a performance that is not really good. And because I'm here to protect him and not to put him in difficult situations, I have to analyze if the best thing for him is to start the game if he's not totally ready for it. So I'm going to discuss that with him and the medical staff and decide if he starts or if he is on the bench. To be honest, I think we have to win. I would say we have to win all the last 4 matches, which is difficult. So I think tomorrow is very important that we win the game.
So, can the Minnows pull off a shock? You can find out. The game is exclusively live on BT Sport 2. It's Manchester United against Zorya Luhansk from 7:30 tomorrow night.
Thanks very much, Des. Before that as well, Southampton in action in the Europa League. Well, it's 12 years to the day that Wayne Rooney made his Manchester United debut in the Champions League against Fenerbahce, scoring that hat-trick. Today, though, Ian Mourinho talking about needing to protect his forward there, saying he has a back injury, but he doesn't want to risk playing him because of the stick he might get for the media if he doesn't play well. What do you think about what he said?
Well, I think he's right. I think he does need protecting because the last few games that he's played, and he can maybe go back even more than a few, he's not played really that well. Yes, he scored against Bournemouth, but in the main his form hasn't been great. I think that he should, if he's back or not, he should just rest him for another few games. Still early in the season, what, with 6 games gone, 7 games gone maybe in the Premier League. I think that there's a lot of season to go, and I feel that he's somebody that just give him a bit more of a rest, let him get his hunger back to play, and then bring him back in when he feels a bit fresher.
The problem is next time he plays, there's going to be pressure. So, will that pressure keep building if he doesn't play again tomorrow night?
And you always feel he needs a run of games to get his form back.
Yeah, he's probably that type. I'm not sure whether he should play in this one because it should, on paper, be a relatively straightforward task and they should score a few goals. It might actually be a good one to play in. If he's got a problem with his back, OK, then rest him. But then there's a couple of hard games coming up as well, so it depends which way you look at it. But one thing's for sure, he needs to get back on that, back on a good run, doesn't he, quite soon?
Yeah, but Mike, when you hear Mourinho talking about the way the press are treating him, and if he plays badly, then the press go at him. If he plays in this game and Man United are, because they're sticky form, I know they played well the other day, but if he doesn't play well, it's all it's all back to
why is Wayne Rooney getting all the stick? I don't think.
Do you think it's wrong to blame him completely for all the problems? Of course, it was 100%. Inevitable when they played so well against Leicester. With him not on
I don't
the
think
side.
it's fair that he's getting all the stick, and I don't know why he is. And maybe he hasn't been at his best, and he's right. But the fact of the matter is, if he plays tomorrow, he could smash 3 or 4 past them.
He's had this.
He won't say to the manager, "I don't want to play." He'll say, "I desperately want to play."
He'll desperately want to play, and he's been in this position before when he's had bad runs before. He's not been playing well. He's got thick skin.
You can't write Wayne Rooney off.
No, you can't write him off. He will be back. I mean, but the problem is, at his age, everybody starts, going downhill slightly. And you look at other Man United players. Ryan Giggs started off as a flying wing, ends up as a centre midfielder. Paul Scholes, a marauding midfielder that scored loads of goals, ended up as like a quarterback, just sitting in front of the back four. Everybody changes at this age, and he's probably going through that change, and he's getting a bit of stick. While he settles on his new position, is that a number 10? Is it a number 9? Is it a midfielder? It's all open to debate.
He's going to play a strong team, though. He said Zlatan will definitely play in that match because they were really disappointing in that opening game against Feyenoord.
Well, they were very disappointing. I think he fielded a strong side, actually, in Rotterdam. They just played poorly. They didn't have any energy. They didn't have any players running in behind. Rashford was very isolated in the game, so I think he will field a strong side. Get off to a quick start like we saw from Arsenal today, try and put the game to bed, and then they can focus on the Premier League again.